Hello ladies and gentlemen, Koldar here. We are looking at Brawlers Guild Rank 3 fights. And in this section, you finally have to try a little bit harder. Things are kicked up a little bit. You're going to face off against some sort of ooze slime dude. A lizard guy, naga, man, beast thing. I don't know what he is. A very tiny little cat that will coax you into a false sense of security and then rape your face and somehow kill your children that haven't even been born yet at the same time. And then also a giant insect bug who apparently fell down and hit his head on the sidewalk in a drunken evening, cracked his skull open, and his brain hangs out, like that weird fucked up scene from one of the Hannibal Lecter movies. I don't even know what's going on, but don't eat his brain is what I'm saying. So, let's get started with our first fight against Blat the Ooze. So first up, we face off against the mighty ooze, Blat. And in addition to being a mighty ooze, it's also the sound of a gunfire shot in all rap hip-hop songs. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's a little known fact. So in this case, it is an ooze, and the basic strategy here is to back up a lot. You can see I'm just kind of kiting backwards as I melee him. But the same would be the case if you were a caster of sorts. You can see that he uses split very frequently, and this will cause him to reproduce himself in a smaller form. So basically we're learning that Blat, in addition to being an ooze and a gunfire sound effect, is also asexual and can reproduce with himself. So, I mean, I think we all reproduce with ourselves constantly. I know I do. But in this case, it actually creates something else. You know what I'm saying. So, just back up a lot. If you have to stay too close to the oozes that spawn, they're going to hit you and you're going to have a bad time. So, Blat is pretty fast compared to his spawns. So just keep kiting in a circle and DPS him down. And that's about it. So let's move on from this slime fool to Sanoriak, the second fight. Second, we have Sanoriak, and he can kill you really fast if you're not careful. I don't know if it's in his training. He probably was trained by Mr. Domo Arigato. What the hell's his name? That dude from Molten Core. You know what I'm talking about. In any case, he has a few abilities that he uses. All of them are interruptible, but the most dangerous one is Firewall. So save your interrupt for that, whatever you do. Basically, if he casts Firewall, he'll create this sort of large circle cone of blasty McFire bits that will rain down from the sky and enclose your current location very quickly. And if one of those touches you, it's going to probably one-shot you or come close to it. So, you can technically dodge it if you can see where it's happening and get out of the way. But I highly recommend you just stun him or interrupt him or stop him from doing that shit. Much easier. Anyway, other than that, he has Pyroblast and flame attacks and all that good stuff. Fireball. So do what you can to mitigate the damage and burn him down fast. Just absolutely stop that firewall, whatever you do. And once you do that, he will go back to Molten Core and act like he won, because he's a big fat liar and you can't trust him. I mean, look at his face. That's Sanoriak. Next up, we have the third member on the rank 3 roster, the giant insect Ixx. And with a name with 2 X's in it, I'm pretty sure you're a stripper in your daytime job. That's my assumption with this guy as well. I think there's probably a costume, roleplay kind of thing. You don't really want to know. I mean, his main ability is Devastating Thrust, so I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with thrust moves in that context. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. The point here is that to defeat this Stripper of Doom, you have to sidestep a lot. His thrust attack is very fast, and the best thing to do is stay really close to the center of his model. So just as close to that front location that the cone will start as possible. And then when he starts to cast it, you can run straight through or sidestep, but I think going through is easier, and get on the other side. If you're far back at all, you're not going to be able to move out in time, and it will destroy your soul. So, yeah, I say stay close, even if you're a caster. He does hit pretty hard, so you'll have to use some cooldowns, or, you know, drain some life, or just be awesome and like be a Death Knight, whatever the hell that is. I don't know. Yeah. So that's Ixx. Good luck. He's creepy. Don't look at his brain. It sort of wobbles around. Yeah. Ugh. Finally, our rank 3 champion is Mazhareen. And you think, oh, look at this cute little cat. I just want to cuddle him and take pictures and put it on the internet for karma. But that won't work, because he'll cuddle up to you and then eat your face off and suck your soul out through your nostril. And you won't even know it hit you. So be careful, is what I'm trying to say. Mazhareen really just does melee hits, but it has a constant buff that increases damage dealt the lower that her health gets. So as you attack and do more damage, she will do way more damage to you. And you may notice at the end I use all my cooldowns when she's at 20% or so, and she's meleeing for 100,000+ every hit. So it's ridiculous. So try to save all your cooldowns and then burn her down when she gets 50%. You're going to need some form of damage reduction, big time. So if you have any form of immunity, or a protective shield, or just a way to slow her down and kite her, if that's possible, I didn't try it, anything you can do to stop that damage when she gets pretty low health, say below 50, that's going to be important. I tried to woo her with my pet cat there. She wasn't having any of that. I don't think she's into that kind of cat. I'm not sure exactly. And it didn't work, basically. So I had to think on my feet and not die horribly. But many people before had done so. So be careful. And that's Mazhareen. So if you got this down, you are a rank 3 champion. And good luck. Thanks for watching.